Hi, it's Gerry, and welcome once again to A Course in Miracles. This is day 317, and we reflect on the question, what is the Last Judgment? And the text says, or the title is, I follow in the way appointed me. And the text says, the reflection says, I have a special place to fill, a role for me alone. Salvation waits until I take this part as what I choose to do. Until I make this choice, I am the slave of time and human destiny. But when I willingly and gladly go the way my Father's plan appointed me to go, then will I recognize salvation as already here, already given to all my brothers and sisters, and already mine as well. And then the prayer for today is, Father, your way is what I choose today. Where it would lead me to go, I choose to go. What it would have me do, I choose to do. Your way is certain and the end secure. The memory of you awaits me there, and all my sorrows end in your embrace, which you have promised to your Son, who thought mistakenly that he had wandered from the sure protection of your loving arms. This is a wonderful lesson. I was kind of leading to this actually the other day when I said, this is what God asks of you, only this: to act justly, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with your God. And how do we act justly and love tenderly and walk humbly with our God? By living the way that this course outlines, by loving, by having compassion for ourselves and others, by noticing that there is no sin, just mistakes, and that forgiveness is the greatest goal that we can, the highest ideal, I guess, is how I should say it, that we can aspire to as human beings. And that when we live that way, we'll know in our hearts what God is guiding us to do. And everything will fall in place and all will be well. I know that sounds a little bit airy-fairy, but it's true. You know, God wants us to live in joy and in peace. And I know that when I'm doing the things that I'm called to do, I live in joy and in peace. When I'm teaching, I'm so happy. When I'm making these videos and writing these reflections, I'm very happy. When I'm writing my articles in the paper, I'm very happy. When I spend time with my children, I'm very happy. And when I face challenges, I'm confident and at peace because I know I'm dealing with them as I'm called to deal with them. And I'm looking at them as opportunities for growth. So I really do believe that's how God calls us to live. And when we live that way, things fall into place. You know, looking back over my career, for example, I've always had a job. You know, it's rather interesting. I'm not saying that if somebody is unemployed, it means that you're doing something wrong. No, not at all. Maybe there's something else that you should be doing or looking at. I don't know. I don't know how God is speaking to each person's heart. But I just know for me that I'm astounded at the way things have worked out. So I've just learned to trust in God and trust that all will be well. You know, there are challenges in the world, and I do feel very much that it's the call of God's children to work to make the world a more just place. I really do sincerely believe that. And I believe that when we do that, we are doing God's will. And that when we do that, it might take some persistence, but that's okay. That's building the kingdom. So it doesn't really matter how long it takes, as long as we know that we're doing the right thing. And hopefully, for the sake of the people who are suffering, it doesn't take very long. So, those are my reflections for today. I know I did ramble a little bit, sorry about that. But thank you so much for joining me, and may God bless you abundantly. Peace be with you.